career?
Yeah, I'm proud to be able to, come back here. When I played here last for Canada, obviously I thought that was going to be my last game here in Vancouver, but thanks to this new tournament, obviously get to bring the Thorns up here. I love having my teammates up here, and not really get to show them the city, but yeah, and I'm excited to show the Whitecaps what we're capable of.
We were talking to Kaylee Hunter earlier, and she was talking about how she was here when Canada came back after winning the Olympics, and she saw the team play. What does it mean to you to play against players who idolized you, who looked up to you, and being on the same pitch with them tomorrow?
No, I mean, I think it's pretty cool. Part of our job is to inspire the next generation, and especially here in my hometown. We've had some great memories, and I'm hoping the next generation of young Canadians are, dreaming of representing Canada, playing professionally. The pathway is a lot different now, and tomorrow night will be for me, a great experience.
You said you weren't going to take it easy on the team tomorrow. It could come down to goal differential, so how important is it for Portland to not only get a result, but maybe some extra goals if it comes to tiebreakers?
I mean, who knows? I mean, obviously, we come here to win. And we'll see how the game goes. But obviously, we're here to win.
Coach, do you prepare differently when you know that you're going to be facing an academy squad that's mostly made up of teenagers, or is it the same kind of mindset?
Yeah, actually, one of the things we're just focusing on after the review of the last game and the performance is to make sure that the mindset is exactly the same. It's about us and our performance, building towards the postseason, and trying to be better each and every game. So for us, it doesn't matter who the opponent is. We'll prepare the same way with the same diligence and put a team out on the field that we hope can win the football match.
And Christine, do you have friends and family coming out tomorrow?
I have a few. No, I do. I think I have like 20 people coming.
Seems like it's been like, do they ever say, okay, we're not coming to any more final games because
no, seriously,
this is your final
no,
game?
I agree. But they've got one more to come to in Portland. No, I mean, obviously for me it's special to be able to play in front of my family. Having played my entire career down in the U.S., they haven't had that many opportunities to come watch me play. So whenever we get to play here, it's always special.
Rob, it's been a couple of years since we last spoke, and it's very different surroundings now. How did this move come about for you, and how are you enjoying the transition to the NWSL?
I'm really enjoying it. Obviously, I when you get to work with players like Sink and the squad that we have, and an organisation that is as renowned as the Portland Thorns, it's a privilege, and they have been the standard bearer for many, many years. It just came about. Obviously, we've got a few Canadians with Karina LeBlanc as a general manager and president, and Mike Norris, who was the head coach, and really he was inspirational and instrumental, I should say, in bringing me in as an assistant to work with him as his first time as a head coach, and having been a GM and a coach, obviously, for many years up here in Canada. It was an opportunity to go and work on a project which with new ownership and new facilities and a squad in transition. There's a very big 3-year project ahead of us. So the opportunity to be involved in that with great people, fantastic players, you can't ask for much more as a coach.
You've been involved in the men's adult game, the youth level as well. What's been the biggest learning curve for you coming into the women's game?
I think you just got players are players. I say that all the time. There's definitely different makeup in the US and the history of the league and the sort of transition to a different dressing room, different ways of doing things for sure, building on. But if you look at the growth of the women's game and how the potential is there, and that for me was the biggest part. I sort of came in and thought we could service the players so much better than it has been in the past, because the game is growing, the league is growing, similar to starting the Canadian Premier League. There's so many parts to that, and the growth of the game, and new franchises, new opportunities, growing all the time. So for me, it's about the people and the project always, and being able to hopefully come in, make an impact, and leave something better than you found it. And that's really what tempted me in.
You've just had another piece of the project added, and a man you know very well, and we know here very well, Stephen Hart. How did that come about, and why did you feel Stephen was the right guy to be your right-hand man?
Yeah, I mean, once I'd sort of taken the job full-time in July, part of that was trying to replace me as an assistant, really. And I felt that we got a terrific group of staff, but a young group. We've had a lot of rotation behind the scenes in different departments. And we were looking at someone who could lend some experience, some knowledge, some guidance to myself, the staff, the group. And Steve's obviously worked at senior World Cup level, 2 different nations. He's worked in the female game for a few years before at the college level as well. And someone I've known and trusted and learnt from and played against and coached against. So he eventually, having talked to Karina and everybody else, we all felt that he would be a good fit to come in and help the organisation and help us continue to grow and develop, and again build out that staff and support network for the players, which ultimately is what the game is all about, and making sure that we can provide the best services to the incredible group of women that we have at the club.
Coach, when we talked to the San Diego Waves head coach Landon Donovan afterwards, he sort of mentioned that perhaps his players were taken a little bit by surprise of the quality of the Whitecaps girls in the game, holding them scoreless in the first half. Is that sort of a lesson that you might want to learn from for your own team about, not letting complacency come in and showing some respect for the players that are in this competition?
Well, first and foremost, you don't have to tell any of us to show respect for the Vancouver Whitecaps organisation and the history and the programme. It's been intrinsic to the national team for many, many years. We were just laughing with Karina and Sink on the way here, some old residences, and from funding and support and the growth and the regional training centres, the Super Rexes now, as they call them, is the evolution of that over the years. I have nothing but respect for the organisation. I've got many, many friends in this organisation, as we all do, and I have no danger of us taking this opposition lightly or not showing respect. They've got too much of a history, too much quality, too many great people, and a great organisation to not come here and give it our full attention and full respect.
And then Christine, obviously there's a lot of emotions going into this match for various reasons, but one of them is, of course, with your career coming to an end. Do you see this maybe as a little bit of a passing of the torch moment, looking on the upcoming talent that not only Canada but BC specifically is going to be able to produce, and maybe players that you'll be able to see don the national team jersey in a couple of years?
I actually haven't really thought about it that way. Because I feel like up until I am done playing, I'm a competitor, and I'm here to win. I think the passing of the torch, things like that, can happen when I'm done playing. Right now, I think we're here to represent the Thorns, to represent the NWSL, and show why we're one of the best clubs in the world and one of the best leagues in the world, if not the best league. So that's our goal. And then, we'll deal with all the emotions and everything afterwards.
And then the last one for me, Christine, with obviously the NSL coming next year, you taking part with the Vancouver Rise, how important is a game like this to be able to show to Vancouver and Canada how much this kind of competition can bring to the attention of the fans, to be able to come in and see 2 quality teams battle it out, and this be now a standard for them in the coming years?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've said, look, for the NSL to survive, it needs the fans to come out. It needs the broadcast to show the games. It needs the exposure. I mean, I've been a part of a couple leagues in the U.S. that failed, and I think in Canada, we've got this one shot. So yes, I think tomorrow night's game can be a great show and demonstration of what's possible, but it's going to require Canadians from coast to coast to come out and watch and support their team. there's going to be growing pains. That's true. But yeah, these players, they're the future, and they need the support, and they need people to come buy tickets, buy merchandise, things like that. It's the only way a league will survive.
Rob, quickly, will Sophia Smith be available to play tomorrow?
You'll find out tomorrow when we name the lineup.
Any injury concerns with any other players?
Also, you will find out when we name our squad tomorrow. Can't give you too much. Like I said, I wouldn't do it in the NWSL. I'm not going to give Vancouver any tips to our lineup for tomorrow.
Cheers.
Good question, though.
We'll just finish up with questions via Zoom. I believe you had a question. If you want to go ahead.
Oh, get one more. You might have to text it in the chat.
Yeah.
Apologies for the technical difficulties. Brenna, could you try? Barely. Hold on. Yeah, hold on one moment, please.
What's going so well?
Try again, Brenna.
Can you guys hear me better?
Wow. Yep.
Go ahead with questions.
Well, I'm glad I didn't yell there. Okay, apologies if this has already been asked, but the first few questions, the audio wasn't quite right. So just for Christine, just what has it been like for you seeing the reaction over the last few weeks since you announced the retirement?
If I'm going to be completely honest, obviously it's overwhelming and it's amazing to see. However, I do not spend a lot of time on social media, so can't lie. Probably missed about 99% of it. But no, I mean, whether it was retiring from Canada or, ending my career here with Portland, the support has been incredible. And completely out of my comfort zone. So yeah, we're just gonna go with that.
How did it feel to score that goal in the last game?
Good. Look, Orlando's the best team in our league right now, and obviously we want to make playoffs, and we're fighting for that. But we also wanted to end their streak, and Providence Park is a very, very special place to play. And I mean, for myself, there's been no greater place, no greater atmosphere, especially in a night game like that. And yeah, to have the performance we had, obviously as a forward, it's always nice to score goals, but just the way our team showed up and put an end to Orlando's streak, it was very nice.
Does it feel good to score goals there right now, knowing that that is going to come to a close soon enough for you?
I don't know. Call me weird. I don't think about things like that. I'm not oh my God, I scored a goal. What if that? I don't know. That's I want to win. I want to end my career with the championship. So that's the goal. Whether I'm scoring, whether I don't care who scores, as long as we're winning games. And we have a battle to get into the playoffs, and then. Shoot, it's the NWSL. Anything can happen, but we have to get in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Anything from you?
Yeah, do you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And then Christine, just obviously you've done it with Canada at BC Plays, but just walking out of the tunnel tomorrow wearing that badge in front of your family, friends, supporters, loved ones, what is that going to be like for you, especially 11 years after wearing that kit?
Yeah, I mean, I think like I said, I think it's special to be able to bring Portland to my hometown. And like I answered earlier, I've spent my entire career having to play in the U.S. And yeah, it's whenever I get to play in Vancouver, it's always special to play in front of your family and friends. But this will be the first time I get to do it while representing the Thorns. So it'll be a unique experience.
Yeah, and then Rob, obviously the team's coming off a short rest, and then a huge win against Orlando. And then have a chance to book a spot in the knockout stages for this Club World Cup spot. What's your mindset? What's the team and your mindset going into this huge match tomorrow?
Exactly that. Book ourselves a spot in the semi-finals for me. No other focus. Next game will take care of itself. It's game by game, and we're making sure we're prepared and ready to put on a good performance and build on the game against Orlando.
Yeah, and then Rob, last question for me is just, obviously this team has so many connections to this country and everything. What is that going to be like for you as well? Just, seeing a bunch of people you've seen, in your career, then getting to share that with Sinky and, Jesse as well.
Yeah, look, for all of us, I think we're very proud to represent the Thorns and our organisation, and to have that opportunity back in our home country where our families live, and had so many special memories over the years, especially created by this unbelievable woman on my right hand side. It's a great privilege to be able to bring the team here, and for us to be in Canada. And Sink bought some Tim Horton Timbits for the girls today, and it's just nice to see a few home comforts. I wish my family could get in from Winnipeg, but they've got school the next morning. So, but no, it's great to catch up with old friends. I'll have similar to Sink. Lots of people have asked me for tickets, and it's a reunion of sorts. So we hope to go out and put out a performance they can all be proud of tomorrow night.